Welcome to SessionLab. SessionLab is the online agenda planning tool that I would like to use to help design your event. It's very intuitive, but I'd still like to do a quick walkthrough just to orient you to its features and how it works. So let's take a look. The session info covers the specifics around the event, some of the more general things like the date, time, location, the materials that we'll need. The parking lot covers any notes that don't necessarily fit into the agenda itself. So I like to, for example, include the participant list, any notes specifically on the venue, things that we'll have to do. Let's dive into some of the details of this agenda that I've pulled together. This is sort of a generic strategic planning. As you can see, I've allotted about an hour to set up. And then this is a convention that I like to use. If you see a couple of question marks, that means it's a question that I have for you. If you see a couple of exclamation points, that's a task that we have to take a look at. We kick off this day with a meeting startup. This is orienting people to why we're here and what it is that we're going to be doing. So we start off the day with a leadership welcome and then a review of the outcomes that we'd like to achieve, the agenda that will take us through our day, going over any agreements or ground rules, identifying roles for the people that are in the room, and then doing a quick round of introductions followed by an energizer. Now, just to demonstrate what SessionLab can do, let's say that we wanted to change the order of these things a little bit. All I have to do is drag and drop. Likewise, if I want to change the time, I just change the time. If you're used to dealing with agendas either in Word or Excel, this makes it a lot easier in order to move blocks around. Let's dive into some of the details of one of these items. How about the context map? If I click on block details, you'll see that it has the list of materials. So small templates, one large template, sticky notes, pens, Sharpies. I've also written in the goal for this particular modality. And here in the instructions, I've written in the breakdown of time. So in this case, 30 minutes in small tables, and then another 30 minutes as a large group. You can also see that you can attach pretty much any kind of document to this. In this case, I've attached an image of the template that we're going to be using, but just as well, this could be any sort of source documents that you'd like people to take a look at in advance, or really anything else that you'd like to include here. Now, the advantage of using SessionLab is that we avoid the back and forth of sending Word document-based or Excel-based agendas back and forth. Any changes that we make happen live here. And you don't have to make a change. You could add a comment and say, hey, does it make sense for this to go from 10 minutes to 15 minutes? In addition, we can also share a link from this same site. If you take a look, it says online agenda. And what will happen is that participants will get a link of a simplified version of the agenda. So again, this gets us away from the version control problems that we typically run into when we're using Word or Excel-based agendas. If you have any questions, let me know. Again, SessionLab is very intuitive, and I think it's a great way for us to plan how we move forward. I look forward to working with you.